federal government is gearing up for the 2020 census, and Mayor Jim Kenney and his office are preparing Philadelphians by hosting the Census Champion training program across the city.
The trainings today were key because we know that there are some significant challenges to the census this year.
Stephanie Reed, Executive Director of PhillyCAM's 2020, is talking about the training that took place at Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church in Northwest Philadelphia. Studies have shown the best way to get information out about the census is through trusted messengers.
We wanted to have an easy way for people who want to be a trusted messenger on the census to plug in, to get quickly trained, and then have the information they need to talk to their friends and neighbors.
Reed stressed the census will have a direct impact on Philadelphia.
On a local level, the census is really important for two reasons. It's representation. People talk a lot about Congress, but I also like to talk about that information is used all the way down to city council. It's all the way down to your city council lines. And then also for federal funding. So that's things like school lunch program. Lord knows we've been hearing a lot about facilities in the school district of Philadelphia. Those kinds of things are tied, the funding for those kinds of things are tied to census data. So it's incredibly important that we get a good census count so that we get the funding that we're supposed to for the number of people in the city.
Those who attended the training received useful information about how to fill out the census, when to fill out the census, and the reassurance that their personal information will not be shared during their lifespan.
So 72 years from now, people will be looking back at where we lived and where we were and all our families, which is kind of cool. But for 72 years, your information will be protected.
Under the current federal law, the Census Bureau cannot share information about an individual based on their immigration status or their personal information until 72 years after the collection date.
So all of us coming together in the sanctuary in order to hear about what the census are and how they impact our neighborhoods, what money we can get from them, and also that we shouldn't be afraid of it, because now, they're telling us that, and I believe it, that it's 72 years before any information goes out. Everything is secure, everything is done decently in order, and that's a very important piece that I believe all the people here is going to enjoy doing these censuses this year.
Andrea Cuttis with the Urban League was there to dispel myths about the census and emphasize its significance to church members.
I hear stuff like, I don't want the government to get in my business. And so my response is, what business? What business do you have that you don't want the government to get into your business? I've heard that from family and friends. We all have that. We've heard that from our neighbors. So that's one piece. The other piece is people have a fear of counting everybody in their home, especially if they feel that everybody shouldn't be in the home because of maybe different subsidies or different things that they're getting, right? So they don't count everybody in the home. You have to count. What we're also trying to convince people, and it's really important, is that this is confidential. No one's going to have your information. The census is not giving your information to any agencies, not the FBI, not the CIA, not ICE, nobody. Your data will not be given out. And so we have to make sure that we're able to convince our brothers and sisters that your information is not being given out.
You can expect to fill out the census on April 1, 2020, online or by mail. For the first time, responses can be given out over the phone using a 1-800 number. The Census Bureau is expected to announce the new population counts by December 31st, 2020. For more information, visit www.census.gov. I'm Chantel Belafonte, reporting for PhillyCAM Voices.